What's up, YouTube? This is LA Ripper. If you know the drill, we are driving home, so it's time to live stream so I don't lose my mind at work. If it wasn't really foggy, maybe I would have the lights on. Probably not. It is super duper foggy. I would estimate visibility at approximately 800 yards. Maybe not even that. Maybe, gosh, not that many football fields. Yeah, maybe like 400 yards. Really awful, anyways. Um, I find it kind of nice, to be honest. I mean, it's a little dangerous to drive in, but um, it's somewhat rare that I drive in such heavy fog. So this is kind of somewhat entertaining to me. But I mean, I don't mind driving in the rain, sleet, snow. I love driving in all sorts of conditions, but wind can get a little bit annoying. My car's not that big, but it doesn't do great in a big crosswind, not as much as like a sedan would. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I stayed a little late at work. I did not have to stay late, but and I don't stay late very often, at least later than I have to. This guy in this Charger just insists like he's gonna drive 80 miles an hour down the freeway with like zero visibility. Genius, genius level driving, I tell you. I call those people cop bait because they go off and do stupid shit and they get pulled over, and then usually there's only like not gonna be like 5 CHP on the road. So if the guy a couple of miles down the road gets pulled over, then you're looking all right. But yeah, so one of the processes that we do at work, we were having some difficulty because of some technical challenges. So that was causing some delays today, which is a bit of a headache. Um, that's life. I mean, stuff in a factory tends to break down eventually, whether you use it every day or not. Most things in a factory get used very frequently because that's just the nature of production. With any luck, when things go down, there's a workaround or it's not down too long. Sometimes there's not a workaround. Sometimes the parts coming from halfway around the world. Sometimes shit happens and it's really annoying. And in a high production environment, never helps, right? Never helps. So kind of just have to roll the punches, just keep trucking along. You know, there's not much you can do. Shit goes wrong. Shit takes longer, it takes longer. My big thing is just communicating to team members expectations. If I expect that something's going to go wrong and I'm about to do it, I'll tell people, hey, I think this might go wrong. Do you want me to still do it? And they'll say, well, what do you think? I'll say, well, I don't know, but it might go wrong. Let the record show that I thought might get fucked up. Maybe not even greater than 50-50 chance it's going to get fucked up. Maybe it goes from like a 1% chance to like a 20% chance, but that's a 20-fold increase. If you think about it. So my thing is I just communicate to the team, to management, to the engineers, to my leads, saying, hey, I'm having, damn, and I forgot to get some fucking Del Taco shit. Oh, I'm hungry too. That is actually really unfortunate. They have crap for food right now. Damn, that is actually really annoying. Well, I guess it's going to be toast. Oh, well, I do like toast. Kind of leaves a lot of stuff in your teeth right before you go to bed. It's not really great. So, anyways, I just communicate stuff to the team. Hey, this is taking longer. This might not get done today. I got 2 things to work on. What do you want me to work on first? Stuff like that. The team, the team really shouldn't be faulting an individual for communicating, these expectations. Sometimes people don't like to hear that type of news. It can frustrate people. I mean, I literally went to find my boss while he was on lunch, which is not something I do very frequently. I was like, "Hey, man, look, I'm sorry to ruin your lunch or whatever, but this shit's taking too long. This shit's taking too long. This thing's not working, and it might screw us up today." And he's like, "Oh, well, can you do this, that?" I'm like, "Yeah, maybe. I don't know." So, God, I would just love a freaking microwave and a burrito right now, which maybe means I need a microwave. I don't really like microwavable food, but there are like if you have the time and energy to cook a real meal or at least cook something semi-real, you should definitely do that. 3 in the morning when you don't feel like cooking a meal, it's all right to get microwavable meal in my opinion, but you shouldn't be like, oh, I don't feel like cooking dinner. I'm having, Tostino's pizza rolls. I don't know. God, who was the comedian? I think Kyle Kinane was talking about Tostino pizza rolls. Like, if crust is the favorite part of your pizza, Tostino pizza rolls might be for you or something like. If you haven't heard any Kyle Kinane, you got to check him out. The guy is freaking hilarious. Um, but anyways, yeah. So not a terrible day, but it's just a pain in the butt when stuff doesn't go right. I don't know. The way the stars are aligned or whatever. It's not like there's been a lot of catastrophic things happening at work, but it's just little annoyances here and there that are really, they're just painful. And it can be hard to catch up in a production sense. One part gets delayed 4 hours here, then gets delayed at the next station and the next station. And the challenges that we have production are many, and several of them relate to our production system being somewhat nonlinear. And yeah, well, I'm tired of talking about work. What fun and exciting things are going on in LA Prepper's life? Not much. Not much at the moment. I've been really conserving my energy before work so that I've been conserving my physical energy as well as my mental energy, spiritual energy. So, house been kind of stressing me out as of late, and I haven't been making kind of progress on it, which kind of stresses me out even more, ironically. But my mortgage payment might be going down a couple $100 a month. That's pretty cool. I got this refund for my escrow account, but then like they don't pay supplemental property tax, which is really fucking annoying. So I don't know. I'm super glad that I bought the house, but man, owning a home is not anywhere close to being less stressful than renting. Now it's a different type of stress, right? Like, oh, I have $1,000 property tax bill that I have to pay. That's something a renter doesn't have to stress about. But I also don't have roommates. My neighbors, aside from their barky dogs, are good people. Um, and thank God for that $20 ultrasonic bark thing. I swear to God, one of the best investments I made in 2020 was that stupid barking thing. The house was a good investment, but that barky doober, if you have dogs that bark, your neighbor's dogs or your dogs or whoever, I'll put a link to it, but I mean, there's thousands, probably, I don't know, tens of thousands of these things on the market or whatever. Definitely several dozen to choose from easily. I would try to find one that you can plug into an AC outlet. Personally, I'm kind of sick of the running out of 9-volt batteries. Although, ironically, this like 4 9-volt batteries for $2 that I got at Harbor Freight seems to be working as well as like the 4 9-volt batteries for $8. So go fucking figure. I don't necessarily know if an Energizer battery would last, long enough to make it worthwhile. Like if it's 4 times more expensive, does it last 4 times longer? I doubt it. It also kind of depends if it's like a high drain or low drain device. Like how many milliamps it's drawing. Um, I'm too tired to talk about anything meaningful right now, but I have to grow the channel, and unfortunately, these live streams don't seem to be making a hell of a lot of a fucking difference. But it is what it is. I really need to find like a new. I mean, I have the bike. As soon as I get the bike going, that'll be a little bit interesting. Maybe I'll ride the bike somewhere interesting a couple times a week and do live streams like that. Just ride up to a mountain, or I don't know, ride to a park and do live streams from a park or something like that. I miss my tactical ducks, my alarm ducks. Ducks are kind of cute. I'm not like a big bird person, but ducks are kind of cute. Just go around quacking and stuff. Geese are annoying. Honking, don't like. But ducks, little quacking ducks are cute. I like ducks. They're delicious too. A lot of fat, high fat content. If you ever have a chance to go to a Chinese restaurant and buy one of those roasted duck things, Peking duck or whatever, good stuff. Good stuff, that roast duck. I remember an old boss of mine, we took this roast duck to this client's house. We had dinner with them. It was a very lovely dinner, but they wanted too much money for their house. Now, I learned a lot of things working with Brad, but one of the things, oh geez, one of the things he really taught me was about expectations, right? So a lot of, what is my e-brake seriously not working? So a lot of realtors make this mistake, and it's a terrible, terrible mistake of convincing clients that their home is worth more than it is. Very, very insidious thing. I will explain why right after this message. No, not even monetized yet, sadly. I don't even have a sponsor. Oh, gotta be careful with the cup. Yeah, giving. Oh shit! They have the nerve to mention that we have Coke and Pepsi at our place of employment. Like, Jesus Christ, who cares? Anyways, I think it's hilarious that they offer to mention that. So listing a home for more than it's worth. What happens is the home doesn't sell typically unless the market is just insane or the realtor is like insanely good. But what happens is the home might get a couple offers, maybe a little under, maybe at asking, and then sometimes the buyer's agents act really shitty and they'll write a full price offer and they'll be like, no, we'll just knock it down, we'll get some inspections, we'll get them to take 20 grand off of it. It's also a shitty tactic because then you end up in a deal where the client was expecting to get a full price offer and then they get dicked down so much they might not even want to go through. But what generally happens is if the deal does not close with this client or that client or whatever, then the price gets reduced. They're like, oh, so then when buyer, and you can see these price reductions, realtors that are worth a damn track homes in the areas, and they see the price reduction. They're like, oh, why did this price get reduced? Is there something wrong with the house? Was it overpriced or whatever? 30 days goes by. Well, I mean, I already drove home, Kirby, but I'm home now, so I'm gonna sign off pretty shortly, though. I'm tired of shit. Unless you think I should stream eating toast. I mean, if you want to hang out for a few minutes, I'll hang out. Tell you what, Let me I'm so fucking tired though. Let me open my gate, shut my car off, and walk inside, and then we'll have a little one-on-one time. Mm. Oh, this Apple, my coworker bought me an Apple vape. One of the most thoughtful things anyone's done for me all year. I tell you, I got good coworkers. Maybe leave a couple comments, Pervy. Um, no, I know. Yeah, tell me what's on your mind, or leave a couple comments, and that way, when I get in, I start making some toast. I'll have something to kind of work off. But give me, gotta do the thing. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I saw you jump on last night, Pervy, but I was tired, and I literally like ended the live stream as I saw your comment. So it's not like I would have had to like start a brand new live stream. Um, I mean, you probably would have joined, but I was just I had to go. You know. All right, give me a couple minutes. I gotta do things. Drink stuff. Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't. I didn't. I don't know what I was talking about while I was driving. I was talking a little bit about work. I mean, it'd be a little bit silly for me to kind of go through the whole thing, but no, I was just talking about work, and demands and time, and everybody wants to rush one thing, and 10 minutes later they don't care about it, and it's kind of like I don't know. People at my work are kind of funny in a lot of different ways. Oh well, I mean that is my specialty. I mean, I had some decent sleep last night. My back kills me because I'm a side sleeper. My bed's really hard, and it's not a good slight sleeping bed at all. So, toast. Realtors, yeah, I was kind of talking. I don't know how the topic of price and selling a home came up. Oh, expectations. Yeah, my old realtor. Yeah, the duck turned into real estate, turned into expectations. Clear expectations at work. So that's when shit doesn't go right or it's about to go wrong. Um, I just kind of let people know, like, hey, this shit's fucked up. I know it kind of sucks. I'll see what I can do to fix it, but right now it's kind of fucked up. I think there's nothing worse you can do than give people unrealistic expectations or inaccurate expectations. For example, you take your car to the shop, and you're like, hey, how long is it going to take a look at it? And the guy's like, I don't know, you say you take it there at 10 o'clock, and the guy's like, I'll call you at 2. And it's 2 o'clock, and you don't hear from him. It's 3 o'clock, and you don't hear.
And you call him at 4 and he's like, oh, I had this other client came in with an appointment at the last minute. Some other bullshit. And you're just like, dude, you said 2 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock and you haven't done shit, you know? Versus imagine the experience at a different shop. Of course, you had to fall on that freaking Attack of the Butter Spoon. Um, so imagine you take your car to a different, or maybe the same shop, and you have like someone that has realistic expectation ability, and it's 10 o'clock, and you say, "Hey, when are you able to take a look at my car?" And the guy's like, "Look, to be honest, I'm kind of busy. I'm probably not going to be able to get to it today. I might be able to get to it. Do you think you'd be able to leave it overnight? Or if you're trying to do a same day thing, maybe we can schedule an appointment for a different day for you." Now, a lot of business people think like, oh, I just want to get the client in the door. I just want to get them to park their car and I'll get to it when I get to it. And they're not going to leave because they've already chosen me. But the thing is, by setting realistic expectations and time, I personally think that you'll end up better in the long run because you might lose a client here or there based on you might lose a client here or there based on it, but I think you'll really gain quality clients, um, more often than not by being realistic about expectations. Kitchen furniture, yeah, I don't really have a place that makes sense for like this. So it's kind of confusing to like look at the camera while I'm. So like behind me, like that's where the stove goes, right? Okay, so that makes sense. And then like over here, we have the fridge, and there's sort of this little corner there. If the chimney wasn't there, this little corner would make like a decent little chair. Actually, if anything, if I put like a little countertop there, I could put two chairs up next to it. But I don't really want to eat next to the freaking fridge. I need some furniture for sure. Yeah, you're less likely to disappoint people when you set clear expectations. If you set the expectation too high and then you have to go back on that, you end up disappointing a lot of people. And it may or may not cost you that client, but I just personally don't recommend it. So that's kind of what I do at work. Like the one thing that I really don't like, God, I wish I had silverware. I'm so short on meaningful silverware. Um, One thing I really don't like is when people kind of bug you and you're in the middle of stuff and they're like, oh, so when's this going to get done? Or how long do you think this is going to take? And you're like, what do you even want me to say? Well, it's probably going to take about the same amount of time that it took the last 50 times that I did it. But I know you haven't looked at all the, records of me doing this 50 times or 100 times. You're just trying, like, do you think you're being helpful by asking someone like, are we going to get this done by X time, or how long is this going to take? I'd much kind of rather, I don't know, even like how's it going is sort of, I don't mean like people following up on my productivity and such. Um, but at the same time, like, God, let me get a towel. I'll get the towels. It's like I work my ass off. I try to be polite to people because like usually it's your boss that's asking you like how long is this gonna take. But like today, my boss asked like I was working on something. He's like, "Oh, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Well, it's going." Like I don't know what the fuck you want me to tell you. Like I'm not done. I am working on it as we speak. You are literally watching me work on it. I'm not going to give you a time estimate. I will do everything I can to get it done in a reasonable amount of time. And beyond that, you know, cross your fucking fingers. Pray to fucking, you know, whoever you want to pray to. But the more you ask me, the more you distract me from actually doing my job, the longer it's going to take. Now, that's not really something very strategic to say unless your boss is on you like every 20 minutes, but I personally, oh, everything we do at work is logged digitally in a very, very detailed way. I could run a report. Reports are a little tricky. I got to work on my SQL, but yeah, it's all in the computer. It's not. It's I don't have to like pretend that I'm fast or slow or whatever. The time's all there. DR's gone. Last comic. Thank you for joining, by the way. I'm going to be signing off pretty soon, but yeah, that fucking thing would not run right. I never got the compression checked, which is kind of my own fault, but that stupid decompression knob, it was a fucking dog to start. It was a kickstart only. If the decompression release worked well and the bike ran well, I would be riding it right now. It was a great, it had great potential, decent suspension, good power, even though it really didn't run right, it still had decent power. Yeah, SQL database, correct. So I can write little SQL codes to run reports based off our database. And I'm not like a big coding database guy, but my the morning boss showed me kind of how he did it. And he's like, look, I'll send you a query. You can kind of just like figure it out. So I'll figure it out somehow. It really is last comic, but you know what? I'm done off that old dual sport shit. Honestly, the next one I buy might just be brand new. I really want a Honda 250L. Well, you know, California missions fucking suck. So maybe I'll just wait till I go to. No, I sold it. Recycle it. No, I bought it for like I don't know, like 900 bucks. Spent 6 months fucking around with it and sold it for like $1,000. So yeah, no, if something no, that's a really great point, Pervy. Like if I've never done something before and someone's like, hey, how long do you think it'll take? It's almost like I'm even less qualified to answer the question because it's like, well, I don't know, I've never done it before. So, but I kind of want to say like when someone's like, how long is it going to take? Like, well, like, do you want it done right or do you want it done right now? I can do it right, but I can't do it right and right now at the same time. Oh my god, fucking pervy, you're hilarious. A wind bike ride. Oh my god. That is really fucking funny. That's I you know, that was worth me staying on this live stream alone for that comment. So I'm glad that's wind bike Moran. Makes me want to build one. That's hilarious. Yeah, I sold it to this lady who was afraid that she wouldn't be able to get it started. So I started it for her and she wrote off on it. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like you can't even start this bike, lady. So, oh, she wanted a project, just like I wanted a project, but she's gonna. I know. I think she regrets it already. So, bring the bike, Marianne. I don't know if I ever really talked about it on the channel that much, but I built a skateboard. I built a couple really crappy skateboards to try to land surf, to sail. Like, if you imagine windsurfing on land, I don't know if it's called land sailing or wind. I think wind skating is a more popular term, but it's super fun. I've only done it a couple times, and I need to really work on the board. But that's kind of another one of my bucket list projects. It's true, Pervy. I wouldn't have to worry about it floating. That's very true. By the way, today we're having some. No, that's good. Mm. Some private reserve, 7 grain, wide pan bread. No high fructose, no, no high fructose corn syrup. Yep. Windboards with wheels are really fun. I actually want to build one to go play on the beach when it's really windy on the beach, but man, getting wheels to go over sand takes a lot of energy. The beach is really a tough place for a windsurfing board. And if you get down to the sand where it's a little harder, it's a little damper, you still get salt water and sand in your bearings. It's like the worst fucking thing in the world. Every time I see people like driving their vehicle through the ocean, like the waves crashing, I'm just like, you fucked up your shit. Instantly driving it in the water, drive it in the salt water, Like, you better rinse that shit real good. Oh, there's something satisfying about toast and butter. I need another piece of cheese. I think I earned it. Fucking Christ. I'm making a goddamn mess with all these crumbs. Yeah, I think I recorded, I don't know if I did a live video. I think I did like a live and then I recorded a video, but it was pretty fucking good. It was a little zippy. Um, I'll try to check your comments, but it was good. I'm a big fan of like 3 item meals, hamburger helper, hot dogs, chili peppers, or, jalapeno. Smoked jalapenos are like chipotle peppers. I used to think chipotle was a different type of pepper. Chipotle is just like smoked jalapeno pepper. Go figure. No, you're not the only one. If you want to play in the saltwater, get a surfboard or a horse. All right, they're both much more waterproof than your fucking car. You get a boogie board, rent a Jeep. And at least if you're going to be an asshole and drive it through ocean water, at least power wash the bottom of the fucking thing when you take it back. Kind of minimum. Otherwise, you're just being an asshole. But yeah, saltwater and basically anything metal. I don't care if it's stainless or aluminum or whatever. Saltwater is fucking terrible. Yeah, saltwater's no good. All right, well, I gotta go to bed by like, I mean, I don't go to work till 3:30, but not even 12 hours from now. That's a bit of a shame, but what are you gonna do? I can't do Chipotle. I mean, their food is all right, but it's like, see a last comic. I feel like Chipotle's food, I don't know, it's like Americanized taqueria. It's kind of like a weird, um, it's like a weird combo. I don't really know. Anyways, Pervy, I'm freaking dead, and we need to start working on this hazy little thing by Sierra Nevada. These are quite lovely. In fact, I think I read the description of the bottle the last time I drank one a couple days ago or something, so I'm not going to do that again, but quite enjoyable. Oh, Oh, okay, they are different. All right, I figured out. But I thought they were smoked. Maybe not. All right, I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe there's maybe some people just smoke chipotle peppers. I don't know. I should grow some chipotle peppers. I love chipotle. I would love some homegrown chipotle. Remember that Jack in the Box commercial? Chipotle. It's like Jacks. All right. Well, oh man, pepper and that pepper jack cheese get me. Yes. Yes, Pervy, that is very true. That's why I'm not buying a car from New York. California is actually a pretty good state to buy a car from. I mean, people drive a little crazy, but the weather is so good. Like the cars don't really deteriorate other than the driver. Yeah, I don't even know. Well, we're gonna go beer 30, get some rest, and then we're gonna start all tomorrow, all over again. Pub cheese and crackers. You're not at a bar, are you? Not at 3 in the morning in California. Mm. Oh man, that's good stuff. Well, until next time, YouTube, stay safe, stay ready, keep your life running better than mine. Probably is not super hard. And keep prepping. We'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.